I mean, what did you like think of all of it? Were you like impressed with it or like
Oh, the whole
Disney
thing?
Plus?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's obviously it's directed towards Disney Plus, but it's Disney, yeah, exactly, streaming platform. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. I mean, mostly Marvel stuff. I mean, that's the real, I think, hook to this. Disney Investor Day. I think it's gonna be wild. Hopefully, we get some stills. But yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Honestly, I was just waiting to tell us if there's gonna be a fucking like price raise for my subscription.
Yo,
Uh,
seriously.
how much is it now? Like, is it like 9.99 or some shit? Or like, I don't, I don't even
I
fucking know at this point. This could be like $20. I wouldn't even know.
Well, I remember it was like $7 or something like that. It's probably 99.99. No, it's $90. It's
It's
like
99.
9.99.
Yeah, I believe it if it was.
I mean, it's nothing
I'm
to
not paying
watch.
attention.
I mean, people watch, like Marvel or Star Wars stuff, right? Like, I don't really, unless you have kids, you just put like, but you got Coco Melon for that on Netflix. So why, why you gotta, you know?
I feel like bad because like the Net Geo stuff seems like really cool, but like it's
Right.
so overshadowed. But like you said, like all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and like plus all the other like Pixar shorts and shit. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll like if I'm bored one day, I'll just like I don't know, watch a fucking like Richard Attenborough documentary or some shit.
I mean, it's good. No, I mean, they're like good quality. It's just like, yeah, that's not the hook for me for Disney Plus, and that's why I think that it's exciting to see more content, right? But it takes so
Mm.
long. I mean,
They should bring back like fucking like Walking with Dinosaurs. I miss that so much. I used to be like when I was a little kid, that was like I would stay up late just to watch that. Or like you remember that old ass fucking what was it called? That it was like the dragons, like the fantasy made real. It was like an old show that they made like a fucking your eyes right now. You're like trying to remember.
I think I had
No.
a book or something. I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
a book. Yeah, it was like a scholastic like journal book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was based off the documentary. Like, I mean, I legit like they lied to me when I was younger because I thought this shit was real.
Yo, so did I. Yo.
Because they made it look so real. Because like the way that they fucking like they made like a documentary style. I was like, oh shit, maybe are these fucking real? Like, did they find these like fossilized dragons or some shit? Like. Now I'm disappointed now, cause I now I'm thinking of, like, the Shang-Chi dragon or some shit, like, they just found that John in the ocean or something.
Seriously, since like up till freshman year of college, I believed in dragons. I was like, what the fuck? I've been lied to all this time. When like we went away from that fantasy of
Right.
dragons and shit like that. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, man. Childhood.
Childhood, man. Disney Plus childhood sucks now.
I know, literally.
All we have is
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth hanging on a wire.
and Will Smith.
Right.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast with Dylan and Akram, where we talk about all your favorite things happening right now in the world of entertainment and pop culture. Today's episode, we are breaking down all the things that happened from Disney Plus Day and what this means for Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar fans for the next couple years. Akram, I'm sure you appreciated some of the drops that stood out. What stood out most for you?
Well, absolutely the Marvel stuff, right? Oh my god. Like I love just seeing logos and stuff like that. Usually it was obviously they released it back at Disney Investors Day. So now we have Disney Plus Day. And I think it really Disney Plus Day is cool because it draws more attention towards the platform and they have like a lot of neat stuff for kids and like, there's some classics that are being revitalized, right? And I think that's cool too. But like certainly Marvel, right? I think that's what everyone has been drawn to. That's the hook of Disney Plus Day. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this presentation or it's crazy because it was like it wasn't as organized I felt as Disney Investors Day because everything was like live stream, right? But this was kind of like you had to like go on Twitter and Disney Plus itself like just to find some information. So I didn't like that part about it. But yeah, there like you said, there is things for everybody, different ages, different groups of fans, right? But definitely Marvel, I mean, is the flagship right now, other than Star Wars because we're still waiting for like Mandalorian stuff. But yeah, there was like a lot of great reveals. Obviously, we're gonna get into it. I guess we should start with the new releases for Disney Plus. So I know Shang-Chi just dropped, so now your ass can get caught up. No, I'm kidding. I know you watched it
Yeah,
already.
I had to. I had no choice. Yeah,
I
and
know.
and one of my favorite MCU films. Like, so I'm so glad that it's on the platform now, right? So my dad could see it. And also on IMAX. You gotta watch an IMAX. Like the way how they do it, right? It used to be widescreen and everything is cut, right? And I seen some demos of Endgame, but like this they really nailed it on the head with this. I think that it felt so like huge. Even if you're watching a small TV, like you get so much of the picture, right? It's really weird to watch, right? You're
You
used
know
to
what's
like
funny?
what?
Like, I was on the bus coming from New York this weekend, and, there was a girl in front of me, and she was watching Shang-Chi on her iPad, and it was just like it was like you said, it was so fucking, like, crystal clear and shit, like, just that quality, like, even, like, on a small screen, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, certainly. It's such a blast to watch Shang-Chi again from home. And it was for free. Right? That's weird because you usually have to pay premium. But you know what? It was supposed to come out like sooner. It was supposed to come out around October, so like they pushed it all the way back, until November. And so that's why I said, you know what, I gotta watch this movie, even if it's like because I'm a person who really loves like watching these type of films in IMAX. It's kind of like a ritual, right? For me, but I mean, this
And
is
I think
cool.
Shang-Chi was made for IMAX, just like
Oh
the
yeah.
visual quality of it, it's just, like, such a grand movie, right? It's like it really feels like an epic Marvel film. It's definitely one of the better Marvel movies and one of the best movies I think of this year.
Oh yeah, certainly. And like even Eternals, even say what you want to say, and we have a review, guys, if you want to watch it out. I mean, watch check it out. Sorry, but yeah, Eternals will look so cool in IMAX too, especially at home. So I'm excited. We also got the making of Shang Chi, which is just such a. I love seeing these behind the scenes, right, of these huge films, and it's so cool how like Simalu, Dylan will always say Lamasu by accident, or me,
Don't
Samoan Joe.
expose me.
we always get names wrong, but like he's such a humble actor. Like consider me a fan of his now, because like he's such, and this is like his first feature film, which is crazy. And you guys got to check it out because it's such like a humble production, and it's just like there's so many nuances to like the art direction, right, or like the costume, and there's so many like there's so much detail, right? And there's some shots that we don't even get to explore certain shacks and stuff like that, but apparently they like completely decked it out with traditional Chinese stuff in there, and it's amazing, man. I don't know if you watched it, but you got to check it out, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of little how making of documentaries, I did watch the Boba Fett Under the Helmet documentary over the weekend. It was pretty cool. It was like really short, probably like 30, 20 minutes, maybe less than that. But it was cool. So you got to see like Boba Fett's origin and stuff, and it's appropriate because Book of Boba Fett is coming out this December. So definitely check it out if you're interested in it. But what other releases came out?
Other than that, like same day releases, Jungle Cruise, if you guys are into that, but I already came out for you to pay for it. I think really the main hook was, I mean, there was some like you could watch like the live stream through Disney Plus itself, not so much a live stream, but they had like certain behind the scenes looks, right? Um, for me, I think that yeah, Jungle Cruise. I'm trying to look at my notes, which is funny, but like Home Sweet Home Alone was like something that I think a lot of people.
I think I saw that. Yeah, it was like was it just like the Home Alone collection or something?
I don't know, but like people are crossed. There's like a new Home Alone, so people are crossed on that.
Oh, okay. Just me by myself on Valentine's Day.
Right? It's like home. It's not Home Alone. It's Home Sweet Home Alone because you're used to being alone.
It's Home Alone, No Way Home, or Far From Home.
Yeah. Home Alone. It's kind of like a tongue twister. Like try to say that like
Right.
3 times. Home Sweet Home Alone. Home Sweet Home Alone.
You
But
just you say it 5 times. You summon Macaulay Culkin in the mirror.
he breaks your neck. I can see this as like a what if scenario. Definitely, it
Right.
matches. It just matches to it. Like, what if Candyman just shows up and like they announce it for Disney Plus? Like Candyman, the reboot is
Oh
there.
no, no! You say Home Alone 5 times in the mirror, and then the gangster from the movie comes in and is like, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal,"
No, no.
and a Happy New Year.
I could imagine that. I mean,
That matches too well.
if you want to get into like what I'm really excited for, you want to get into the Marvel Studio announcements. I think for sure that's definitely exciting
Yeah,
to talk
definitely.
about.
Kevin pulled out all the stops. Obviously, he had to, right? Because next year is gonna be big for Marvel. And more TV shows, which I'm really excited for. And I think they're really trying to transition away from. Well, obviously we're still gonna have the movies, right? But I think, um, their main subsidy right now, I feel like, is gonna be like TV series entertainment, which makes sense, right? Because we're still, I think like we've mentioned this in other podcasts, but I think streaming right now is the biggest trend with entertainment. So I feel like Disney Plus is trying to go that route, I mean, they can still, like, upload their movies, like, to the, Disney Plus too. Um, so yeah, I definitely think, series is where they're trying to go, but, yeah, what did you think of, so I guess we should start with the biggest news was, Moon Knight. They just released the official I say teaser, but it was a trailer. But, yeah, Oscar Isaac, he looked really good. What'd you think of it?
I'm excited because I think that this is a really important show. I always say like certain properties are super important, right? But like this one, it's important just to see darker themes and whatnot. Not even darker themes, but it's just like it's so dark, right? I like it's so violent. I feel like I feel like it'll be really violent. I mean, we got a shot of Mr. Knight, right? One of his personalities. That's cool that we get to see that. Obviously, it was leaked a while back. The Moonlight Moon. I said Moonlight. That's a different type of property,
You keep
but.
confusing it.
Why you try to act all tough, Chiron? But no, Moon Knight, we saw the leaked photo of his costume. He looks amazing, but here, much more vibrant of a white, right? I didn't expect that. I thought it would be like something more gritty, but like beautiful. I think that he has like 5 personalities, I believe. So I think that there might have been more personalities within this short trailer. Um, I don't know. I don't know who was speaking. I don't know if it was him speaking, right? Does he like do like a British voice for some reason? We don't know, but this is really cool because this character can open up a lot of paths. Like you mentioned before, I don't know if he was a part of Marvel Knights. Correct me if I'm wrong. He wasn't a part of
I
Marvel
believe
Knights.
so, yeah,
If he
with
was, that's
Daredevil.
cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean
Yeah, it
that's
makes me think of, like James McAvoy from, Split. So I think, he should definitely take notes on that. But, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I definitely and they've been, like, really, like I said before, like, I really feel like they're doing a Marvel Knights crossover because they're bringing, Blade and, potentially Punisher and Ghost Rider from what I've heard. But yeah, I would love to see like Moon Knight and like Daredevil like at live action because they've been like really hush hush about Daredevil too. Like I just saw like they've been doing like open casting for a Daredevil project. So who knows? Maybe we'll bring back Charlie Cox from Netflix and then maybe they could do a crossover. Like you definitely said it. Like it's a lot grittier for Moon Knight. I don't know how far they're gonna take it as far as like graphic content for Disney Plus, but who knows? The sky's the limit. But moving on, we also got a She-Hulk little teaser. So I know you're big on She-Hulk. I don't know much about She-Hulk, but I mean she looks dope.
she like we at least they showed. Which is funny because Moon Knight, they also showed like the back of him. Here we see that too. I mean, them kicks though, right?
Right.
Them
Eh.
payless leather kicks, whatever. But like, no, I mean, I thought the shot was cool. I haven't seen the main actress. I think her name is. I'm trying to look at my notes. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. But anyway, I know she's like from some other show where she has like split personality stuff, which I think is really funny. That also we got Moon Knight here. But yeah, we also see some like shots of like how she will transform into She-Hulk. We saw her in her dress too. That's like so. That's cool, But I mean, we have Smart Hulk now. But that's weird. One thing that I have a question about is because at the spoiler alert for Shang-Chi, at the end credits, we do see Bruce Banner return to normal form. So here we see Smart Hulk again, which I'm kind of
That
like,
was my question also because was he also wearing the cast in the
he was, yeah.
She-Hulk trailer? Okay, I mean it could be a prequel to before Shang-Chi, who knows? Because they haven't really given us like a timeline of where this takes place or when. So it could take place or maybe he has better control of Hulk now. Maybe he can just like, transition back and forth. Who knows? But it's great to see Mark Ruffalo back in character.
Yeah, same. And I really do like I don't know what's going on. I feel like so there's this Sarah Michelle Gellar show that I heard there was some comparisons to the logo, right, for She-Hulk in the trailer at least. And it's very reminiscent of a Sarah Michelle Gellar. Try say that 3 times too. You'll get tongue twisted. It's very
She
it's
shows up in the mirror.
yeah, Buffy shows up, but it's very reminiscent to that. I forgot what the show is. So sorry guys. But yeah, I think that Marvel loves to pull a lot from like different shows and stuff like that, and I find that so cool because it's like a lot of the things are like familiar, right? And I think it's kind of like a riff on like certain pop culture mediums, right, in the entertainment industry. So anyway, that's really cool. Moving on. I want to know your thoughts on this because I did see the trailer for Miss Marvel. We did get a teaser way back when, right? Um, we have like a 30-second or like about a minute teaser for Miss Marvel. I'm crossed on this, and I'll tell you why. Because
I think
obviously,
I know why, but just yeah, say what your thoughts were.
I mean, it's cool because like I really love representation, and that's not what my thoughts are. I'm not crossed on that, but I don't want you guys to think I'm racist, but
Careful now.
we don't want to be canceled before we start. No, I mean, it's cool because I'm also coming from Arabic descent, right? So I feel like that's really cool for representation. So, but I hope it hits it on a nail as Shang Chi did. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really important for it to be very impactful. You know,
Because she's representing like it's correct me if I'm wrong. It's like Pakistani, right?
right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So but the powers, man, I'm confused because we did see leaked image of a cardboard stand up, and like she has her fist out like that, and in the video you guys will see that too. You're probably seeing that right now, but like it's like bluish, purplish, right? And it looks
Mm.
like some type of energy power. Here we see her
Yeah.
run in air. It's like I'm thinking, why did they
Mhm.
change her powers like that? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar with her origin. I know like about her. But yeah, I think in this one she idolizes like Captain Marvel. But she doesn't have her powers obviously in this series, so it's more like akin to like Green Lantern or like some people like say like Mr. Fantastic or something. Like she's got like these weird like I don't know shape shifting powers or whatever. But I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, like MCU does take liberties sometimes. They like to adapt different characters to different storylines. I mean, we've seen that often. Like even Shang Chi with his look and stuff. Different characters too, obviously. But I don't know. It looks interesting. And that's gonna be a TV series. Is that gonna be a movie?
Yeah, so Disney Plus, it's mostly most of the Marvels. Actually, all the Marvel stuff was movies. I mean, I'm sorry, TV series. But yeah, Miss Marvel's gonna be a TV series. I don't know. I'm still crossed because she's supposed to be like Kamala Khan, like especially for Marvel's Avengers that I always play. But like she's supposed to be stretchy. A lot of people are saying they want to change it up because there will be a Fantastic Four, which I'm disappointed when you see anything about. But obviously, this is Disney Plus Day, so wait until the Investors Day, which might be around December something, and we'll definitely have a video for you guys out by then. But yeah, I don't know. Newcomer actress, right? This is great whenever they have like people who we don't really know about, like Simu Liu or Lama Su, as Dylan says. Like he's been cast as Shang Chi, and he's awesome. I can't imagine anyone else as Shang Chi. I mean, he's great, right? So I don't know. And she's from Jersey City, where hey
Oh
Dylan,
shit!
yeah. So maybe you guys could you could ask
Hey,
her for an interview.
auntie.
So I
That's
mean,
awesome, man. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I love Marvel's casting. I think they always hit the nail on the head when it comes to casting. But yeah, it's just interesting what you said about earlier, like all these like spin-off shows and stuff. I think like these shows and movies breed other shows and movies. So speaking of that, we got Agatha. Is it House of
Agatha Hark.
Harkness?
Yeah, I would say
I almost
House of
said I almost
Darkness.
House of Darkness or some shit. It's close, right? It matches. But yeah, that looks interesting. I don't know if Wanda or Elizabeth Olsen's gonna be involved in that. I don't know. It could just just be like a spin-off series with Agatha herself. Maybe just like her origins, and maybe we could see like more like mystical characters. Like I wonder if I hope we would. It'd be interesting if we could see like Baron Mordo, what he's been up to, right? Because we haven't seen him in a while, and hopefully he might be in Multiverse of Madness. But I don't know. What do you think of it?
Yeah, that's. I mean, again, the logos are always awesome, man. I mean, we got to get them to do our cover
Our
photo for
podcast
you.
logo.
No, no, but they like, yeah. So Catherine Hahn returns, right? And this is so it's like an official Marvel website. It does say that we're going to see more of her character and her origins. So, how much more I don't know, and like what happens after WandaVision, I'm really interested to see because that looks like a pretty strong hex that Marvel cast. I said Marvel casted on on Agatha, but like WandaVision, Wanda.
Same
Sorry,
thing.
yeah, it's all together. But yeah, I want to see more of that. I don't know if she'll be like I don't know if she's so much as a empathetic character. So it's really interesting. It's kind of like Peacemaker when you think about it. Like is he an empathetic character? Spoiler alert again. He killed Rick Flag. Check out our Suicide Squad review as well. But
Well, anti-heroes are like the big thing now, so I feel like
yeah.
nobody's really like pure good or pure evil, right? Everybody's just got their like own agenda. I think that's what Agatha is going for. So I don't know, maybe this show will be like her time before WandaVision, why she, did all that for Scarlet Witch, or maybe it takes place after. I don't know, but it looks interesting. And
Yeah.
then speaking of other spin-offs, Marvel Zombies. I'm surprised. I wonder what they're gonna if they're adapting this from the What If episode or what.
Yeah,
But
so what if what did they're adapting it from What If, yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, because I was thinking like maybe they were gonna do like from the original source material. But this looks really interesting. Really interesting. I did like that episode of What If. I think that was like handled really well. I kind of wish there was a little more like graphic content to it, but maybe they can try and expand on it more. But yeah, it looks interesting. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. And also speaking of that, What If season 2 obviously got greenlit. So I know I had high expectations earlier today when I saw that Marvel Instagram post with that weird like Daredevil Wolverine thing. So but but yeah, that looks really cool. And then Ironheart, that looks interesting too. So I've read like a couple like comics based on her character, but yeah, it's just interesting. The Marvels are really like taking risk with all these like underrated characters, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense because the comic stories are evolving, so they kind of want to keep it up to date with like the newest heroes, right?
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say that, yeah, Dominique Thorne plays Riri Williams in Ironheart. I think that's crazy. It's really about a genius inventor who creates the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man, right? In the MCU, that's crazy because his last armor was the pinnacle, like the benchmark of like that's his final product right there. So I wonder how she
That's
could
not
outdo him.
Wakandan, but
Yeah, basically, it's like so that's cool. I don't know. I think we're gonna see some familiar characters, but you know what's weird? What I just thought about right now, they didn't show the War Machine show. There was supposed to be Armor Wars, right? We
oh, that's
didn't.
true. Yeah, I remember because that was announced like a while back. So who knows? Maybe they're still like under development. I mean, COVID obviously delayed everybody, but yeah, that's true. I totally forgot about that. Maybe
Yeah,
like I don't know. Maybe Don Cheadle's still like in pre-production. But yeah, that's interesting that they didn't. Or maybe maybe this show will be a segue to Armor Wars. Who knows?
possibly. And let me actually just uh step back real fast to Marvel Zombies actually, because Marvel Zombies, how I think it's going to be connected to What If is actually because Brian Andrews was the executive producer on What If, and so he's directing this. So I think that
Oh,
that's
awesome.
yeah, it's not confirmed, but that's how I know, guys. It's just because you connect two and two together.
Hmm.
So I think that that's most likely is that, and that's great because we definitely left that episode on a cliffhanger, right? And you guys could also check out our playlist of all the What If episodes. We got so many plugs here for you guys. See how many
I
videos
know.
we do, so check them out. But yeah, I think that's crazy. I want to know your thoughts on X-Men 97. Have you ever watched X-Men 97? I mean,
Oh
not
boy, I got some
X-Men at all.
thoughts. Yeah, I used to watch that like alongside the old Spider-Man 90s cartoon. Like I feel like and that theme song is so iconic. That's like that should be my ringtone honestly this year. But but yeah, that's interesting. So I forgot if they said this is gonna be like a reboot or like a revamp of the series. I don't know how they could do it in like that same style. Maybe it's same storyline, but same different
It
actors.
is,
But
yeah.
what do
It's
you
a
think it is?
continuation of the end. Yeah,
Oh, it's a continuation. Okay, that's really cool, actually. I would love to see that. And if it's in the MCU, that's really interesting that they're doing that. So this is gonna be a reintroduction of the X-Men, right? Because we
well,
haven't
not
seen anything.
not really a part of the MCU. It's just like one of those shows that they just added, which is really weird, right? It's kind of like, why
Oh,
would they do
okay.
that? Yeah, it's a
Right.
continuation. I mean, there's many of the same voice actors that's coming back. But I think that the
God, they gotta
highlight,
be old now.
they're gonna be
Just
old,
think
but
about it. Yeah.
the highlight at least is the animation. I think that finally we get some updated animation, right? So I'm sure you would appreciate that, So I think that's exciting to see.
I know. I literally was like the the Wolverine meme with like him with the picture frame looking at the X-Men 97 reboot. But yeah, that's awesome. I love that. That's definitely an appreciation for the classics, right? So, damn, I really wanted that to be part of the MCU, but I mean
Not
that's even
yet.
better.
No, no, no.
No, no, no. We don't do that here. I feel like we're missing something. Oh, we should talk about
Spider.
Echo
Oh, okay.
cuz
We'll talk about Echo first. Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, let's talk about Echo first. Okay.
Well, Echo is a character that's death, but she has photographic reflexes as well as like akin to Taskmaster, right? And she will show up. And played by, I believe, a Native American actress. And yeah, she showed up in the comics at Daredevil number 9. So she's gonna show up here in Hawkeye. What's cool
Oh, okay.
is you mentioned Daredevil earlier, right? And again, she showed up in Daredevil number 9. So I'm wondering, will Daredevil show up at some point in Spider-Man No
I'm
Way Home?
telling you, they're setting the chess pieces up, yeah. But like I said,
Seriously.
that's awesome. Like I said earlier, it's because I don't know anything about Echo, to be honest with you. So when I saw that, I was like, "Who the hell is Echo?" I was like, "Are they talking about like Unlimited or something?" Or so- but like I said, it's cool that they're giving spotlight to all these characters, right? Because I'm not familiar with this character, and I'm not even like familiar with like Miss Marvel. Like I know of her, but I haven't really like, read her comics. So this will be like a good kind of like Dune, like if you watch the show, like I said earlier, and it makes you want to read the book. So if I watch these shows, maybe it'll get me invested enough to read the comics. So that's cool. Um, but yes, moving on to Spider-Man freshman year. That was an interesting one.
Ooh.
I know a lot of people were expecting to see a trailer for No Way Home. But that's actually coming out tomorrow, Tuesday the 16th. Um, but yeah, that's still a Sony property, so I doubt they would do that for Disney Plus. Um, but yeah, this is an animated series, and it takes place during Spider-Man's beginning years. So I don't know if this is gonna be like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, or if it's gonna be like a different show or something. What do you think about it?
It's unclear. It's definitely showing Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man in the MCU that we know during his freshman year. So I have a feeling we will see Uncle Ben finally, that we haven't seen him yet. So I got a
That's
feeling,
true.
yeah, we'll probably
Hmm.
will see Uncle Ben here. It's animated. I always like has been on the boat for like do a Spider-Man show instead of a Spider-Man movie in the MCU. Do like a series. I think that'll be great because that's really like it reminds me of the animated series, right? So um, I mean, it's cool. And here's the weird thing, right? You know what's the most surprising thing? It's not that it's an animated show from Spider-Man from the MCU coming to Disney Plus. It's that it doesn't mention anything of home in the title, so it's freshman year. So
Thank
it's
God.
like, yeah, right? It's like I don't know. What do you think actually about like so Spider-Man No Way Home, they say it's the end game of Spider-Man movies. Like, do you think that somehow Tom Holland will stop being Spider-Man or something like that?
He's alluded heavily that this is gonna be his last movie with the MCU, but I don't know, like I said, like with Marvel, they like to like breed off of other shows, right? But I don't know because I don't know if Tom Holland's gonna be involved with this show. I would love for him to like voice act Peter, just for consistency. But I don't know, but maybe Sony is like trying to reclaim Spider-Man for because we still have Venom, obviously. So I'm thinking this is gonna be our last MCU movie with Spider-Man, but I don't think it's gonna be our last Spider-Man movie. But it's definitely gonna be on a grand scale because I really hope we get Toby and Andrew, honestly.
Oh yeah, same.
But it's cool. We're still getting like Alfred Molina and William Defoe's characters. But yeah, I mean, future is always bright with Spider-Man, right? And we still got the PS4 sequel game coming. We got like the new Spider-Man character for Marvel's Avengers, which is really cool. I did like the redesign.
Oh, yeah, I
So
loved it,
yeah,
man. Yeah, that's I mean, like
yeah.
you said, I mean, time will tell. I am
Hmm.
worried that because I wanted to see more of like the mythos of Spider-Man, right? Instead of always like just crossing over to like different characters and stuff. But yeah, maybe we'll see some characters here in freshman year. But obviously he wouldn't have the Stark suit, so he'll have the homemade suit, right?
Well, I think I like this better because of that. Because I feel like I've always said like, and a lot of people have said this too. Like he's getting like way too many handouts from like Tony Stark or like the other Marvel heroes, right? So I kind of do want to see his humble origins, right? Like him with just his powers, like how he got bit with a spider, right? Because we've seen that in the other uh franchises, right? With Toby and Andrew, like him actually like getting bit by the spider and then getting his powers. So I kind of want to see like Tom Holland's Peter go through that, right? And who knows, maybe he'll like end up like doing like photography or some shit. I've always said like I wish like Spider-Man in the MCU did like a modern adaptation of like his photography, like he makes like an Instagram account or some shit and
That's
then
a
he
great
just like
idea.
posts it. Yeah, because it would fit, right, for our time. So I kind of want to see something like that. But yeah, it's interesting. Maybe we could introduce like some more like B level villains. Like I don't know, maybe like Obviously, we can't do Vulture, but I don't know, maybe like like we still have Shocker, right, or Sandman, or like Hydra Man, or one of the old school villains. I don't know, but it's interesting.
For sure. I just wanted to make quick because I don't think we have much to say about this, but I am Groot. I think that that's gonna be super cute. But yeah, it's
Is
just
that animated
shorts.
or live action?
So I thought it was live action, but that is animated. Yeah, that's considered animated in their website. So it's a new animated mini series that's just shorts of him growing up and get into trouble among stars, as they say
Oh,
on
okay.
Marvel Entertainment. Yeah. So
Well, they always gotta have something for the kiddies, right? So
yeah.
Groot is kind
So
of like the Baby Yoda of Marvel,
right, I know. And he was there first. Yeah, yeah. So I
right?
mean, there's
So
that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then before we move on to our other news, I just want to mention lastly, Secret Invasion.
I
That's
forgot
gonna be a
about
big
that,
one.
dude. Yeah, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot about that too. I even moved my notes. So I was like, oh shit.
You
Yeah.
erased your memories like Bucky. You reset. Ready to comply, soldier.
Yeah.
Mission report. Disney Plus Day, November 12th.
Yeah, I know. Where Tony's dead at.
Right. But yeah, Secret Invasion. So they've been setting that up since Captain Marvel. I was wondering how they were gonna do it because they kind of like painted the scrolls as good guys. In Miss in I almost said Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel. But they said this is gonna be like a faction of the scrolls that like branch off and then like I don't know, set up their own like I guess like little criminal empire on Earth or whatever. But they're bringing back Samuel L. Jackson and they're bringing back Ben Mendelsohn for this one. So it's gonna be interesting. I wonder if like what they're gonna do because Secret Invasion is a really big storyline in the Marvel comics. So I wonder if they're gonna like get involved with like different like heroes and characters like in the MCU.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, just the look of Nick Fury, he looks so grizzled. It looks like he's been through it, right? I don't know why. That's weird because he's like living the lavish life up there in Sword headquarters, right? As we seen in one of the end credits. I forgot for which movie though. But yeah, it's a brief teaser. I do like the logo. I like the little animation they had that it was like red, and then all of a sudden they changed it to that. I have a lot of questions too. A lot of people are like saying, "Oh, now this person's a scroll." There's so many fan theories, same as like Mephisto. Like everyone's a scroll now. I don't know how much they could like run this horse or ride this horse with like scrolls and stuff because I don't know. Like I can't imagine them there being like a season two for this. I got a feeling it's like probably just a mini series. Because I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know. What I'm interested to see really is the only scroll that I know that I think is like badass. It's like that one that like absorbs other powers. I forgot what's the name of that
The
one.
Super Scroll.
Yeah, like I think we're gonna see like probably that. And I don't know if Captain Marvel. I mean, here. Oh yeah, and here's another thing. Oh well, no, never mind, because that is a movie. I was gonna say the Marvels, right? That's also a movie coming out. But like, I wonder if that's gonna kind of lead way to that movie. I mean, we don't know because the cool thing about Disney Investor Day is we do see a timeline, right? So, there's that.
My theory with Scrolls, I feel like it's gonna be. I mean, obviously it's its own movie, but I feel like it's gonna be setting up either Fantastic Four or the Eternal sequels, and hopefully we might see like something with Galactus because Galactus I think did like eat the scroll homeworld in the comics too, um, and obviously we still have the Kree out there, right? Because the scrolls and the Kree are still bitter enemies even at this time. But I really think Fantastic Four is what they're pushing because they are like classic enemies of the Fantastic Four. So I'm definitely and we still have like other cosmic stuff they can be involved with too. And I really hope we get a Secret Wars crossover one day. I mean, there's been speculation about it that Kevin Feige's been like setting up trying to get Blade and Ghost Rider into the MCU just for that. I think Secret Wars would honestly like be really cool because that could be a great integration for Venom to meet Spider-Man because in the comics that is where that event is where Peter got the black suit. So they kind of like tease that at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage. So I wonder if we're gonna get that. But did you have any other thoughts before we move on?
I mean, that's a great point too. I'm excited for that because yeah, I think we need to everything is so segregated now with just like license, and stuff like that. So I hope that we kind of make it more uniform, right? As in the comics. But also, and you mentioned too that like the power scaling, right, is becoming wild. I think we
It's so
first,
off now,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
because
like
with
crazy.
Eternals now, it's like it's basically like Dragon Ball Z, like, it's like the universe is like the beyond the limit and fucking What If, with Ultron now. I still don't know how he was able to cross the universes with just the Infinity Stones, but, like, yeah, it's like the power scaling is so off now, so it's like, I don't know, it's like and then with the TVA and everything, like, Infinity Stones mean nothing now. So, actually, I'm
Right.
surprised they didn't, mention, like, if Loki was gonna get a season 2 in, Disney Plus.
That is a good point. Like, yeah, like Loki, Armor Wars. Yeah, we didn't get. All right, so obviously there probably won't be another Falcon and a Winter
Well,
Soldier,
that's gonna be
right?
Captain America 4, I think, right?
Right. Yeah. So then the movie. So I like unless Loki. They said Loki season 2 is coming back. That's the first show from Marvel that actually has been announced that's gonna have another season 2. So like that's weird that we don't see anything about that. I think maybe just because COVID and stuff like that. Maybe they're like stuck in like,
Because they
you know.
did I remember at the end of the show, they did say at, like, the end credit, like, Loki season 2 or something like that, so it's gonna happen. They announced it, they can't, like, take it back. But, unless they just, like, do, like, a mind wipe on all of us, but yeah, no, WandaVision, I think definitely isn't getting a season 2, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah,
Um
I forgot. I forgot. I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's really making me think, like, Agatha, like, House of Hardness is gonna be, like, the spinoff to that. Um, and then, yeah, like I said, like, Captain America 4, I think, is gonna be just, like, the sequel to Falcon Winter Soldier, which is a shame because it was a really good show, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I
There's a lot
loved
of
it.
cool,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a spy thriller, so, I don't know, but like I said, there's potential. We got a lot of great Marvel content coming out, next year and the years ahead. But, moving on to our next big franchise, obviously, we can't leave out Star Wars, even though there wasn't a lot this year, I was surprised.
Woo!
I know, represent. Uh, I'm mad because you got your Marvel jacket too. So
I'm like a son of Marvel, the son of Star Wars.
we look like Kevin Feige and, Dave Filoni, like, doing a press conference, right?
Yeah, I
Just
know.
we're cosplaying as them.
I gotta talk to Kathleen right now. Hello.
Right, just pull her up on the phone. But, yeah, so the biggest, like, news and the only news, obviously, is, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I'm surprised we got an interview with Ewan McGregor. So, he dropped all the reveals for this, so, obviously, they're holding back on Hayden because they know we love Bull. But, yeah, it's interesting. It's a head scratcher because I wonder how they're gonna set up. They keep alluding that there's gonna be a rematch with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I don't know how they could set that up. I honestly, I'm not a big fan of that.
Me neither. That's really weird. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, 'cause, I've always liked the thought that their last match together, was on Mustafar because that's such an iconic scene, right? And then you have, them reconnecting in New Hope, so I kinda I'm not, like, a big fan of that. But it'll be interesting to see, Ewan back, and, obviously, he's set in Tatooine, and they showed, like, the concept art too, which I really liked, because they showed, like, I think they showed, like, the Jedi Temple on Coruscant with the stormtrooper and stuff, so maybe that's Imperial Palace now. And they showed like bits of like Vader's castle. So we are gonna see Vader. That much I know. I really hope we see and I hope we see like like Hayden without the suit, like with his just like torso and stuff. Like they kind of like teased it in Rogue One when he was in the Bacta chamber. But I hope we see like more of like actual like Hayden. But what do you think of it?
Yes, I mean, we have little to go off. I mean, we did see a ship. I believe there's an Inquisitor there. I mean, I always imagine that Inquisitors will show up, right? I think that you need Obi-Wan to fight with somebody, right? He's just not gonna, and I don't think he's like super old here anyways. I think maybe a couple of years past or something. But like what I'm thinking about is it's hard when you have such a huge property and you have like different mediums and platforms like comics and stuff. And comics are really prevalent in the Star Wars canon because they really fill in a lot of blank spots that we don't know about. And it's just like, um, I know that Darth Vader did a lot, right? Like in the comics, if you guys don't know, Darth Vader fought like I think two kaijus and stuff like that. He's like really OP, right? And,
I'm reading the War of the Bounty Hunters comic right now, and the shit he's going through right now is crazy. So yeah, comics are
oh,
definitely
dude,
like a big part of the lore.
I gotta catch up on like I owe like I think $700 in Comixology of comics. I haven't caught up in so long. Like I'm such a comic like nerd, but it's just like I haven't caught up. I've been too busy with this fucking podcast, shaking my head. But
Excuses, excuses.
misery, misery,
Misery,
misery.
misery.
But like, yeah, I mean that it's like an awkward placement. The fight, I would have like. Here's the thing, though. If the fight happens, I hope to God it's the same choreographer from Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones, because the choreography for these lightsaber fights, I think, were again, I always say benchmark. These were the benchmark fights, right? I hope we get back to that, but I also hope that it makes sense. I don't see how it's gonna really make sense. Unless you kind of like look away from like certain moments in the comics and A New Hope. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like fan service, honestly,
Yeah, it is.
because they know we love Hayden and Ewan's portrayal of these characters. I don't know if they're gonna do like flashback sequences. Like that's the only thing I could think of that would make sense for this, is if we see like Hayden, like, as young Anakin or something. I would love to see like Hayden like in his like Clone Wars armor, from the TV show and stuff.
That'll be wonderful, man. I hope
I
so.
would love to see that, yeah. Or we could see like Tamora Morrison's like Captain Rex. I would love that, honestly, but I don't know.
You.
Yeah, like you said, it's a weird placement as far as like timeline. But I really hope we like, remember we still have like young Luke too, because Obi-Wan is on Tatooine, so he's looking after, that was his main mission. Why he's on Tatooine, because he's looking after young Luke. So I wonder like who they're gonna like portray for that, and if they're bringing back the actors who played young Owen and Aunt Beru from Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I heard casting long time ago. Yeah, I think they are. Because I remember Baru, right? Her name's Baru, not Beirut. Her name's Baru.
Shmi.
Shimmy. Well, I think I heard that they're coming back. So yeah, your idea though of like Captain Rex. Oh my gosh, I hope so.
I
That-
love that, because Tamora is like big right now with Book of Boba Fett and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they milk him out for like everything, because he's basically like the glue of French. He's the glue of Star Wars right now. He's like the Phil Coulson of Star Wars right now. But yeah, it looks really interesting. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be dropping next year. Did they give like a date for that? Like anything close?
Just no, but I
Just
don't think
20.
I don't think it's gonna have a lot of episodes. I believe how many episodes was it? Like 4 or something? Oh yeah, I think it was like 4 episodes. They said.
Wow, only 4. Wow.
Yeah, but like I don't know what's the length of them or
They better
something.
be like long fucking episodes.
Yeah, because I remember me and you were talking about this long time ago before we
I
started.
heard it was like 8 episodes or something. I forgot.
I hope I'm wrong, but I remember a long time ago
I hope
we
I'm wrong
we
too.
talked about this, like when we were watching The Mandalorian season 2 and giving our like
Yeah.
live reactions. I remember we were talking about it. I hope that it's 8. I got a feeling it's 4. That'll suck. But if it's 4, that means it's gonna be good quality. I got a feeling it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
they better be like good. Well, I mean, it is Deborah Chow directing, and she did Mandalorian episodes, so they're in good hands, and I think probably like Dave or John will get involved with this, obviously. But yeah, not much else for Star Wars. So I guess we should just move on to the Disney and Pixar properties. What stood out to you, I guess, for that?
Well, I'm gonna fuck up your whole shit because I'm actually gonna mention Prey because that's why
Oh, I
that
forgot.
I
I'm
want to mention.
sorry.
So Disney owns Hulu, right? So I mean, obviously you could see some Marvel properties like you could see what's that thing? Hell something. Oh, Hellstrom. Hellstrom was canceled after season 1. Hellstrom's an interesting show. I don't know. I don't believe it's canon now. But also you see the Runaways, and they were gonna have a Ghost Rider show, right? From the character from. Oh, actually, I think Johnny Blaze from Agents of Shield. So I think that's been scrapped. But they do have some Marvel properties there. But
And they had Cloak and Dagger too before, right, Mayor?
so yeah,
As
Cloak and
well.
Dagger was for Freeform, but then they did a crossover with the Runaways later on, and that was like supposed to be the finale of Cloak and Dagger. And I actually I really dig the Cloak and Dagger. I'm not gonna lie. I think Olivia Holt as Dagger was pretty nice. But
Wasn't a fan of Runaways, I'll be honest with you. It was just like
yeah,
too yeah, it wasn't for me.
yeah, no,
Um
I really like the intro song. That was only it. But yeah, so Prey. Prey is a prequel to Predator, right? And it takes place 300 years ago, and it follows a warrior named Naru, who's played by Legion alumni Amber Midthunder. So that's gonna be really cool. Naru wants to prove herself as a warrior and protect her tribe, and obviously has to go against the infamous Predator, as we all love. So that's going to be releasing on Hulu. It's going to stream straight to Hulu. It's a movie in 2022. So I think that's really great. I think that's a unique idea, right? It's not even
It's
called
a very cool
Predator.
concept
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like, how
because
can you take it down?
yeah, like all the Predator movies we've dealt with so far have either been like present day or in the future. So it kind of makes me think of AVP, like when we had that little like origin story of the Predators. I always liked that. People didn't like that for some reason, but I think they even like go into that like in the comic lore too. But I do like the concept for this movie. It's gonna be interesting, like how they fare against the predator with just like low tech, you know. So you're basically like running on your survival instincts, basically. So I think that's really cool. Do you know who's like directing this or anything?
I don't. I don't have much information except for like this official synopsis. I just know it's going to Hulu in 2022. Which is strange because like now, like when we did the review for Halloween Kills, I mean, I saw it in Peacock, right? So it's so strange how like certain streaming, which I think is convenient though, because sometimes I really don't feel like to go to movie theater. So for Hulu, it's cool. Um, yeah, pray. I think it's my favorite one out of like this whole announcement. So, what do you have?
So we are getting a sequel to Enchanted with Amy Adams. It's called Disenchanted. I always liked that movie. Like that was like one of the few like live action like Disney movies I really like because it's kind of like a combination of like different Disney movies. So that's interesting. This one is really crazy. This is a mobile game. It's called Twisted Wonderland. It's a Disney anime mobile game. So it's kind of like in this I wouldn't say same style, but it makes me think of like Kingdom Hearts. So it's an anime spin-off of like Disney villains. So I don't know much too much about the synopsis. But yeah, you'll be able to play as like different like Disney anime villains. So I think it's cool. Like if you see like the concept art for it, it looks really interesting. So but moving on, we're getting the Baymax series from Big Hero 6. So that looks really cool.
Ooh,
Did you
tell
watch
us.
Big
I haven't. I actually haven't. I think I watched half of it in a dentist one time when I was younger. Tell us about it, though. Tell us. Do you have any info on Baymax?
I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't know too much about it. I did like the movie though, because that is a Marvel property, Big Hero 6, I think. So I don't know. Maybe it'll just follow like Hero and Baymax. But there's some other cool stuff coming out. Ice Age Adventures of Buck. So that's interesting because I thought they were a DreamWorks property. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, but I don't know what's going on. I guess Disney owns everything. I don't know. DreamWorks was
Clearly,
like made by Steven Spielberg way back when. I remember because I did like a research on
that's
it.
true.
So it's like it's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ice Age except when I was younger, but I think that's cool that they're bringing some characters for like the newer generations, right? So, and Disney Plus, so that's a
That's so
plus.
crazy because like I feel like they're like all these new movies that are coming out. They keep like making all these like movies from our childhood. Like there's like a new like Clifford the Big Red Dog movie out. I don't know. It's just kind of weird because like nobody like it's obviously marketed for kids, but kids that aren't our age aren't gonna know what that's about. Oh, you know what I mean?
That's
Like, it's
true.
just
Yeah.
like only like us, like, cause we obviously, like, knew about that show, like, when we were younger, so it's interesting that they're marketing it to kids that have never seen it, like, that show, so maybe it's, just, like, a different interpretation. I'm getting off track, but, Luca, short, Ciao Alberto, I think that's really cool. That takes place after, Luca leaves, and then, Alberto stays with, the fisherman. I forget the dad's name. I think it's just gonna be like a little like Disney short. It's really cute. I like Luca the movie. It's a really cool cultural film.
Oh wait, isn't that
That
like the Spanish descent or no? No,
no, they're
right?
like Italian.
I was tripping. Okay, yeah, okay.
Clearly shows what you know about Disney,
They
but
were Norwegian.
they're from like Chile or some shit.
Yeah.
Where's our PNGs? No. Um, and then the only other thing I have is the Proud Family, Louder and
Ooh.
Proud. That's a very iconic show. I know like a lot of minorities will really like appreciate that. I am not a fan of the animation style, honestly. I think they should have stuck with the old animation. Just because if you're bringing back something that iconic, you should just stick with the same style, right? Um, But yeah, that looks interesting. Anything else that I'm missing?
Well, to comment on that, that's what I haven't seen the trailer for the Proud Family thing. Was it like because it used to be 2D, but it was like this wacky type of like it kind of reminded me of like what's those little dog things in Goofy or whatever. It kind of reminded me of that like animation style of like Goofy, like when he had his sons or some shit like that. But what I didn't see it though. What is it like 3D, 2D?
No, it's like a 2D, but it's just different style. It kind of makes me. I think like a lot of like animation styles are using this now. I'm trying to think of like an example. Um, but yeah, if you watch it, it's just like it looks different from like the original series. So it's almost like I want to say like Phineas and Ferb style. I don't know. I can't describe. I'm sorry. I'm
Does it take
off.
place like after like the event? I say the events like there were really like some events, but like after the events of the Proud Family show.
I believe so. So
Okay,
I
cool.
think yeah, I think like it's the same characters and everything. I don't know if they're like aged or whatever, so it might just still be like within the same timeline, but it was a good show. I really
Yeah, I
appreciated it
liked it
for what
back
it
then.
was.
Yeah, 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 for
Yeah,
sure.
it's one of like it reminds me of like those old like Nickelodeon shows or like Disney Channel shows, right? So childhood.
Well, I have for me, I actually have Cheaper by the Dozen, the reboot. I remember I still think I still have the DVD. But Gabrielle Union and Zach Braff will star in this. So it's coming to Disney Plus actually in March 2022. We don't know the exact date, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you're a big fan of Cheaper by Cheaper by the Dozen, who wasn't it Steve Martin? I'm probably
Yeah,
butchering the
Steve
name.
Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like, wasn't there like two? Oh, I think the actor, what's his name, Tom Kent or something like that. The actor from Smallville, I think he was in there too, right? Um,
I believe I haven't watched the movie in
yeah,
so
me
long, so
neither.
don't
Me
don't
neither.
quote me on
God, I'm
it.
having like non flashbacks right now.
I
Like,
can't even remember the last Steve Martin movie I watched that wasn't like Pink Panther or some shit.
oh, hamburger. Yeah, I remember that. But no, that's cool. So one that I think that you will like, because I know you know not too much about it anyway, but like, so a lot of people are fans of it. The Spiderwick Chronicles, TV show. It's live action and will join the Disney Plus catalog, possibly by 2022. They did show some concept art. I think that's interesting. I remember Freddie. I think his name is Freddie Highmore, right? You could see him in The Good Doctor right now on TV. I love him as an actor and also as in Bates Motel. But
Was he in the movie? Like because I
he
remember I think a
was,
long
yeah.
time ago there was a movie, they tried to like make it like a Harry Potter series because back then they were just just making movies off like novel adaptations. I wish they would have stuck with it though because it was a really cool book series. But yeah, it's a popular series, so I wonder where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say, but you know, the Lunch Table Podcast, we just like to mention stuff to you guys. If you make it to the end, we appreciate it. But if you guys just watch 4 minutes, then I don't know what to tell you.
You the real, like I said, you part of the Dom Toretto Lunch Table podcast.
Esta noche me voy. Hopefully, we don't get
El
copyrighted for me.
Calderón. Right.
Well, that's it for me. I mean, Disney Plus was really eventful. Obviously, I always say that, which is so stupid, but it was eventful for Marvel. I think for the rest, it was uh brought back a lot
I
of
will say I will
nostalgia.
say it was definitely more eventful than DC fandom. I don't know.
Really?
For me, I think because I think like Marvel properties, like I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating because there was a lot of trailers in
Yeah.
the DC fandom.
Have you seen our video?
I know. Clearly not, even though I edited the hell out of that. But but yeah, I don't know. I think I just like I wait. I get more hype for Marvel properties than DC. But yeah, I mean it was interesting. I think definitely think Investor Day was better because they kind of showed more.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
yeah, I think it's just like like with DC fandom was like just like the COVID delays, like that's what it is really. But it's like if you're delayed that long, you should give us something, right? At least like a trailer or something like your concept or whatever.
Sure, especially
Uh,
with like certain stuff we just got a logo. I definitely agree.
right. At least, right? Just to show us. But I don't know. The next couple years are gonna be interesting. We got a lot of more content um to look forward to. Um But yeah, I mean that pretty much sums up our breakdown of Disney Plus Days reveals. Thank you to all our listeners for supporting our channel and helping us improve our channel. Please continue to support us any way you can. A like, a share, anything that takes a moment really helps our podcast to grow. So stay alert for our upcoming episode. We'll be covering Netflix's live action Cowboy Bebop, which I haven't been really looking forward
I heard the
to
reviews
be
weren't too
honest.
good. He's like a hater. I don't
Oh,
know.
see, now you're making me not want to watch it now.
Well, guys, watch our episode, but don't watch the actual
Right,
like
yeah,
Netflix
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, don't be like one of those guys that like bases the show off of like reviews and shit, but I don't know. I'm not gonna be looking forward
You
to it.
can on us. Like whatever we say
Right.
goes. Okay. If you're part of the lunch table, family, just listen to us.
We can't be wrong. Wink, wink.
Wait. Just look at our technical difficulties.
But yeah, like look out for that because we may possibly have a special guest join us for that. So you won't want to miss out on it. But until then, guys, thank you for having lunch with us.
See you guys.